So hello guys, welcome to AV Atmos. Subscribe if you're new to our channel. So this will be a comparison between the BLON BL-03 and the SIVGA's M009. So this one of the very best value for us for in-ear monitor period basically on the market. So the SIVGAs cost around $33 with shipping, while the BLON BL-03 costs about $30 with shipping. But the BLON needs some upgrades to get the best out of it. Like I changed the cable to a much more premium cable. The cable on its own costs around $15. But that's between $10 to $15 depending on where you get it. It's the yin yang cable, the 16 core cable, and I actually bought tips for both the SIVGAs and the BLON. I changed out their tips because both of them come with silicone tips, and I do not like silicone tips because they tend to be very bright and they don't fit my ears very well. So I prefer memory foam because they just stick in my ears and they just latch in there and they just stay and give me awesome sound. And not only that, they reduce bright sounding frequencies and just make it rolled off and give you better bass reinforcement. So in terms of the design, I don't have anything to complain about. The cable, the new upgraded cable on the BLON is fantastic. Why the cords that comes with the SIVGAs are great, very tiny and well made from SIVGA. I don't have a problem with their build quality, especially at least with the upgrades that I've put on them already. In terms of their looks, I like their looks, both of them. I don't have any problem with their looks. I honestly just like everything about their looks, both of them. Now, in terms of sound, let's go over some of the pros and cons of each of them. Now, as for pros, for the blondes have the best bass performance that I've ever heard from both an IEM and an overhead headphone because of the way it's designed. Comes with a 10mm carbon driver and it is fantastic. It is well done. The bass on it is just incredible. Like to show you guys that the bass is incredible, I played Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker on Blu-ray on the SIVGAs, and the Kylo Ren, the Kylo and Rey fight scene around that ocean part was just normal on the SIVGAs. Like it was okay, a little bit teeny. It didn't really have that definition, full-bodied sound that you would need from a movie theater. Fast forward to the blonde literally was scaring the shit out of me because the bass was so powerful. It was literally um shaking my earlobes. Like it was shaking my earlobes, and not just in a bad way, it was in a great way. I was enjoying the fantastic bass performance from the blonde. The blondes easily just blows the SIVGAs away in terms of bass. It's not even comparable. But the SIVGA, the bass on the SIVGA is okay. It's just that it's not the best that you could expect out there. It is controlled. It's just there. It's not the SIVGAs are just earbuds for music. If you need linear sound, you are just going to need the SIVGAs. Now, in terms of mids, I would prefer the SIVGAs because the SIVGAs tend to highlight vocals a little bit better. It is a little bit sibilant in the higher mid frequencies, a little bit sibilant. The S sound is a little bit shouty. This that's it's there, but it's not that much, especially when I changed out the earmuffs. It reduced that exponentially, but it's still there. It's not the very best, but it's there. The mids are better on the SIVGAs, so the SIVGA has its own advantage. Now, in terms of high frequencies, the SIVGAs is a little bit too bright for my liking, so I tend to like the BLON's high frequencies a lot better than the SIVGAs, because the SIVGAs tend to over accentuate its high frequency because it's a bright sounding wooden earphone, so it's a little bit bright, especially if you're playing it on higher volume. So I really can't listen to the SIVGAs past 80 decibels before I start getting seriously fatigued and worn out. But the blondes, I can hit over 100 decibels and I'll just be asking for more because it's warm. It doesn't really fatigue my ears. The sound is not there on the blonde. The blonde is just a smooth sounding earbud. Now, in terms of microdynamics, the SIVGAS does it better because it's a bright earphone, and it tends to pick out a little bit more detail than the blondes. The blondes masks some flaws in some tracks. So if some tracks are not mixed well, you probably be better off listening to it on the blondes than on the SIVGAS, because the SIVGAS will tend to over accentuate the SIVGAs will over accentuate uh the higher frequencies. So the blondes basically will try to compensate bad recording with good bass, just to smooth out any harsh frequencies. So the blondes are kind of like good for all round music, while to a degree the SIVGAs are great for critical listening. If you're listening to rock, jazz, classicals, the SIVGAs is fantastic. The SIVGAs can separate instruments well. The same with the blondes. The blondes separation is quite okay. I don't have a problem with the blondes, but in terms of what the SIVGAs can do, the SIVGAs have a way of picking out sound detail, and that's because it's brighter than the blondes. So it's no fault of the blondes, it's just the manufacturer's design for it, honestly, and I don't fault them for that. I think it's even commendable, honestly, just to say that. But regardless, I'm happy with both earbuds. I use the SIVGAs, plus the SIVGAs have an inline microphone which I've used for calls. Calls are very fantastic through the SIVGAs. I use my SIVGAs to make calls, especially if I want to make any long call. It the audio is phenomenal. People say that my audio comes out very well, just like as I'm talking through my phone, and I actually just love two of them. I'm gonna get one more in-ear monitor next month to compare against the blonde. A lot of people said that that particular model that I will get from this other brand is very comparable to the blondes, and even to a degree outperforms the blonde because of the design. So I will love to get that in-ear monitor. And if you guys that are watching the channel and like these reviews, and you have earphones or headphones that you're no longer using and you want that to be featured on the channel, you can send me an email at aviatmos at gmail.com. You can check the link in the description, check our description, you can see our email, you can get our address, and you can send us products. We can review it for you guys and feature it on the channel here. Be sure to follow us on social media, subscribe to our channel, like our content, and I'll see you guys next time.